Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Circuit Digest. So in this video we are going to perform a blinking LED in Raspberry Pi Pico. So as you can see, we have the hardware setup here. So I have connected the LED with the GPIO pin G1 and I have used a resistor at the output terminal of the LED. So you need to install some softwares before you are going to start with Raspberry Pi Pico. So this is the software that I am talking about. This is the Thonny editor. It is used for editing the MicroPython, and the code I am using, that is MicroPython. So let me discuss about the code section. So here I am using a library called Machine Library, which have the inbuilt pin, timers, and the rest of all like ADC, I2C. So we are using the pin and the timer to for to define the pin. We are using the GPIO 0, and I have took a variable like LED. So in the pin function we need to pass the GPIO number and what is the function of that pin, like is it used in as output or input. So we need to define this. Then we need to set the timer. As you see the documentation of the Raspberry Pi Pico, it has the inbuilt clock. So we are going to use that inbuilt clock with the timer. Then I made a function like LED blinking, and I am passing this by the timer. And there is a function like we have already, that is toggle. It will blink the LED with a particular frequency of time. So to init the timer, we need to use this init function here, and we need to pass some parameters like frequency, what is the mode of the timer, like we are using the periodic mode, and in the callback we need to pass the function that we have made, that is the LED blink. So this is the program to blink an LED in Raspberry Pi Pico with the help of MicroPython. So to upload this program, we need to go through to the bottom right corner of the IDE. Here you can see the option of the development board that you are using. So right now I did not connected the Pico with my laptop, so here it is not showing any development board. So when I will connect the Raspberry Pi Pico, you can see here we have some options like ESP32, ESP8266, generic, CircuitPython and MicroPython for Raspberry Pi Pico. So you need to select the Raspberry Pi Pico. If you are using for the first time, then you need to install this. Whenever you click on this MicroPython with Raspberry Pi Pico, you need to install some MicroPython framework on your Raspberry Pi Pico. So just click on the next button and you will get install the MicroPython on your Raspberry Pi Pico. Make sure that whenever you connect this USB with the Raspberry Pi Pico for the first time, you need to press on this push button on the Raspberry Pi Pico. It will start the boot. It will enable the boot function, and it will let you allow to burn the firmware in the Raspberry Pi Pico microcontroller. So then you need to save the program. So whenever you will save the program, you will get two options, that is one for is on a laptop and one for is on the Raspberry Pi Pico. So let me show you. So yeah, here you will see this computer and Raspberry Pi Pico. So if you want to add some libraries of your Python code, then you definitely need to save that program on your Raspberry Pi Pico. So for first time I am using this Raspberry Pi Pico and saving it as main file. So you need to save the file as main.py. It will let you allow to run on the whenever you turn on the your Pico, it will let you turn on the program. Okay, then press OK. So I have implemented the main.py file on my Pico board. Now you need to click on just run button to turn on, to blink the LED. So as you can see, the LED is blinking with a frequency of timer delay that I have mentioned in the code. So if I remove the USB from the Pico, and then if I close this software, or if I stop here, then I can connect the Pico again, and it will run your main.py from the startup. Okay, so this is the basic LED blinking program of the Raspberry Pi Pico. In the next video, we will try to interface on an OLED display with Raspberry Pi Pico by using I2C communication. Meanwhile, you can follow the documentation that I have mentioned in the description below.